one of the great things about Memphis wrestling, and remember, there are lots of great things about Memphis wrestling, is that when they've got a milestone, say Milestone 200, the 200th program of the new Memphis wrestling, I think I've seen them all. When they've got, look at that, my tash has got two little bits to it now. Double tash, dual tash. Anyway, when they've got something that's a big milestone, they don't say, that's it, let's celebrate it and go crazy, and then we haven't got anything else to give you after that, or not much. What they do is they just decide to mark that, but carry on, because they've got great stuff to come. Great stuff to come. And they did that with Milestone 200 last week, in which I was shocked that the Gunshow did not unseat Aaron Roberts for the title, because I thought Aaron Roberts is going, isn't he? Now he's got the WWE ID contract. Maybe not, folks. Frolics. And also, he unveiled his helpers, who were Zay Washington and Denzel Rollins. Now, that was great. And this week, it will be the lead story, really. They're going to lead with this, and quite rightly so. Outcomes just in case, who haven't been there for a while, of course. And Zay, who, of course, I'd forgotten. They mentioned, well, we're in a tag team together. I knew they were in a tag team together. I'd forgotten they were called the Young Goats. They won the tag team title, didn't they, in Memphis? Maybe Dustin or Terrence. By the way, Terrence, so salty. Someone mentioned he's playing the sort of Jerry Lawler role here. I can see what that person means, actually. It's lovely work, you know. He seems to be the voice of reason. It's almost as if he's saying, I've had enough of this dusting stuff. It's about time I told it how it is. And he has a point a lot of the time. Anyway, out come the three. And I really like the way that they just wait. Oh, actually, that's a bit later on, isn't it? Let me just go through it bit by bit. I really wanted to get to that, but it's halfway through the program, or is it later in the program? Later on. Okay, they start with something. I mean, if you're gonna want a huge cannon fire to start, then you're gonna get Mike Anthony out, aren't you? Of course you are. He's your internet champion. He's my favourite wrestler of 2023 and 2024. He's got a twofer. A twofer. Nice one. The crowd cheers, and he will say after this match that it's incredible. Before the match, I think it's incredible that he's never heard that before. It's a wonderful thing. And after the match, he takes ages. As Dustin said, we come back from the break. He's still there. He's still there with the fans. He's facing CJ Blaine because he's got an open challenge on his internet title. And the great thing about Mike is he sells, and he's selfless. He sells beautifully. It is an art. It's a work of art with him. It is an art form. The selling is an art form in wrestling. Not everybody can do it. And he does it beautifully. And he puts CJ Blaine over. CJ Blaine's a Stars of Tomorrow type person. Puts him over to such a degree that you think, I'm just wondering if he might steal this title, CJ Blaine. That is excellent selling. I mean, CJ Blaine's great as well. He slaps Mike early on. Mike's not happy about that, as you might expect. He wants some respect. He's not happy, as you might expect, and he wants the respect. He wants both of that. I'm going to look at my notes to make sure that I've got everything going on. There's an enziguri and a drop kick from Blaine. A knee. I am thinking, as I say, that actually Blaine could win this, particularly when he tries for a powerbomb off the apron, takes a belly to back suplex, but then comes back with a crossbody off the top. Can't capitalise because he had a bit of, he's taken a bit of punishment by then. Gets a bulldog, gets some kicks, a Hurricane Rana off the top, and Mike Anthony is not just flipping about on the selling. He really is making this believable. Beautiful work from Mike Anthony. He is working at a different level to so many other wrestlers. Then Blaine gets a 619, misses the leap, walks into a clothesline, then gets that really nasty brainbuster from Mike Anthony for the sudden pin. It was great. He remains the champion, but he put Blaine over, and that is a selfless and wonderful act. No wonder he's my Wrestler of the Year. Now, Buff is arriving with Big John Dalton. Big John Dalton wants to kind of chat with him, but he's focused on the match, is Buff. And he will later on, when Big John Dalton's facing Vashon Harvey, who's another Stars of Tomorrow person. He's on commentary saying, well, he's not had a title yet. And it's great, actually, that maybe the angle they're going to go with is, you're great, son, but you ain't got a title yet, and you can't actually achieve that. Did he achieve? He's won things like the Grind City Rumble, hasn't he? And the Rumble on the street, beach, coast. Can't remember what it was. Trail. Anyway, I don't think he's ever got a belt. And that, am I wrong here? I don't think so. That could be a great angle for him, I have to say. So we've got an arm wringer from Big John Dalton. He goes to a suplex for a 2 count. Waits too long on the second rope, though. Now, Buff was saying, this is a Buff blockbuster. We were talking about this. If that big man can do that, extraordinary. But he waits too long, and Vashon Harvey attacks him. Does the Buff strut, because Buff is there on commentary, of course. Walks into a John Dalton clothesline, an uppercut and a neck breaker, and then he goes up top, and I'm thinking, is it the blockbuster? It's the splash, though. Huge for the pin. Vashon Harvey didn't get too much offense in there, but I have to say, he did look good doing it. And so did Big JD. However, he hasn't got a title yet, and that would be a very good angle to do. Now, Nixie XS. I've been saying for ages, right, C-Rex won the belt. Of course you're paying her and all of that. So she handed the belt to you. It's like Andre gifting the belt to Ted DiBiase. And even Jack Tunney didn't take this long in taking the belt off DiBiase. I don't think, if I remember rightly. But here comes King Cobra saying, well, you can't have the belt. There's going to be a scramble match for the women's title next week. And I'm going to take the belt now. And just so that we know what's going on, I am currently the women's champion until someone else wins it. That's great. Really nicely done, actually. You should see Terence. You should see Terence's face. He's really cheesed off. It's great. He's making a comment on this all the way through. Lovely work, Now, Erica Torres and Zaya Wolf. Zaya Wolf used to do the commentary. She seemed quite sweet. But now they're bad guys versus DDT, Dana Taylor, and Makari Candy. It's rather good, actually. Terence is a bit salty on this one, which I like. You've got a DDT leg drop after a slam. A bulldog from Makari Candy, which is broken up by Torres. She actually then decides, well, hang on a minute. This is not going very well. I need to get into the ring. So she pulls Zaya Wolf over to the to her corner to tag herself in. It's great, actually. She then delivers a pedigree, and on the way down with the pedigree, gets a knee into the face. I've never seen that before. Really, really good. Just great. I like the hammerlock with the headlock from Torres. It's beautiful. Hammerlock, headlock. And Makari Candy has to get the tag. She does. DDT's in with a Samoan drop and a nice DDT. She really, really got the leg in there, which is, as you know from Jake the Snake, the real basis for all of the impetus on that DDT, sliding the leg through. And Zaya Wolf's just a bit too late to break it up. I like that. And then she won't engage with... She kind of goes for DDT. Says, come on, then. And she won't engage. No. She's cowardly heel. I like that. And I really enjoyed this match in the middle of this episode of Memphis Wrestling. Forgot what it was then for a minute. We got then an old horror movie, very lysergic, kind of strangely drenched picture for the Twins of Salem promo. You wouldn't want it any other way, would you? And out then come Zay and Just In Case. And and Denzel Rollins in. Dustin saying that the win last week for Aaron Roberts was literally highway robbery. Well, I'm not sure it was literal, because I mean, you're not near a highway, are you, particularly? So I'm not sure it was literally highway robbery. I'm sorry to have to take it, but it's the English language, isn't it? And I feel like a bit of a gatekeeper for that, if you like. Now, this is great. I love the way that they introduce themselves and talk a bit, and then they bring Aaron out. I love that Aaron Roberts says about the gun show, you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. That's great. I don't know what it means, but it sounds really good. Of course, this brings the gun show out, who says, I know I haven't got a lot of friends here, but then out come Gio Savage and Tim Bosby. Well, they're friends, so that's all right. You've got two. Yeah, I don't know. He's always been a little bit kind of no one likes me sort of thing, hasn't he? Because I'm dead good sort of thing. Where's K Tuma, by the way? Has he gone? Has he gone from the promotion? Is that it? Maybe. I'm a bit worried about that. So, we then get the 6-man with those three on each team. Now, it's really nice, actually. I really like that Terence doesn't like that something that Dustin says. And he refers to the fans as Dustin. Terence says, and you people get to vote. I think that's great. And I think that's probably right. And the thing is, I love the way that Terence's character's going. And I love the action in this match, really. In that Savage is attacked by Roberts. He throws Zay into the corner onto him. See, that sounds like it looks like the young goats to me, which is great. Zay gets a drop kick. Rollins gets a Uranagi. There's a chop. Gio gets a drop kick in there, but Roberts then hits an avalanche, so he ain't going anywhere, is he? The ref, I mean, Gunshow wants to get in. The ref doesn't see him getting in and wants to tag, but he's ruining things for his team, because while he's in there, you see, the David Knight is saying, go on, get out, get back. And the other team can double team, and they do. The other team can double team. Of course they do. Terence points out that the gun show should leave quicker. He's right. As I said earlier, make some good points, mate. You do. And that's right. Get out quicker. Do not be talking to the referee, because your compatriots are being beaten up there. Well, it was Gio who was being beaten up. He then hit an inverted DDT, which was lovely. The gun show, of course, is in. Throws Zay into... he throws him towards the ropes, and he kind of hits a tope suicida. It's very nice, actually. It's called by Dustin Roberts, Dustin Starr, Dustin Roberts, Aaron Starr. Very nice. And then there's a gun show spinebuster. He gets Aaron Roberts up, which is brilliant. Rollins deals with Tim Bosby, but then walks into... he really does, actually. You think, there's going to be a suplex here. There isn't. You've got out of it, and you've dealt with him. But then he walks straight into the Gunshow Lariat. Gunshow Lariat! For the pin. It was really rather good. The whole thing was frenetic. It is the fastest hour in wrestling. I mean, there are a few others as well that are just as fast, but it just go by in the blink of an eye. You can still use that, Terence, Dustin. And, I love it. And it just gets better and better and better. Ta-ta.